Yeah, hi. I'm guessing you've already seen the title of this video, which means you're really only here for one of two reasons. A, either you've gotten wildly lost while looking for the good videos, they're not here. Or B, because you're putting off the crushing amount of homework, all the email replies, or God forbid, those work deadlines that you just can't forget about, because you can't figure out how to be productive. Yeah, you and me both. Full disclaimer, I have absolutely no right to be talking about any of this because I have my own pile of unanswered emails and messages and unfinished projects and general air of lackadaisical irresponsibility. My hypocrisy is beyond both of our comprehension right now. All of that aside, I have 3 tips to try and help you get your life back on track because nobody's gonna do it for you. And I know it's really tempting to hide under your blankets and try to fill the emotional void with that stale bag of chips that's been sitting in the pantry. But it's not gonna work, okay? You're gonna run out of chips eventually. So, number 1, make a list. Everybody loves lists. That's why there's so many millions of them on YouTube. Top 10 creatures you wished exist, top 10 creatures you wish didn't exist, top 10 moments from my childhood that affect me in daily life, top 10 Cheerios. The list goes on and on. It's another list! So take everything that you have to do in your day, okay, and order them on a list from most important to least important. Because as the day goes through, you're going to be getting less and less energy. And if you're already starting at rock bottom, you're not going to be doing anything heavy by the evening. So let's say you've got some homework to do, you have a deadline that's due at 12 tonight, you have to clean up your kitchen, and you have to throw away that jar of moldy sauce that's been sitting in your fridge since last December. Take those, write them down on a piece of paper or on your phone notepad or whatever, with tonight's deadline right at the top, okay? We'll have the deadline, and then the homework, and then cleaning the kitchen, and then throwing out the sauce. That's a good order of most important to least important. You want to tackle that deadline first of all. Before you do anything at all, you have to tackle that deadline and you have to get it out of the way because that's due tonight. And if you don't get that out tonight, your academic life is over. And you know, these things take so much time and effort to actually get to doing. And then once you start them, it's not actually that bad. You can put off a single assignment for weeks, and then it'll take you like 15 minutes to knock it out once you actually decide to sit down and do that. If that was a particularly heavy thing, maybe you want to take a couple minutes. You know, you can just get up, walk around, stretch your legs, take a bit of a breather before you go on to the next item on your list, your homework, and just repeat the process with that. And then once you're done that, I mean, you've got the heavy stuff out of the way and you probably still have the majority of the day. Then you can just go, you can clean up your kitchen, take that sauce, toss it out, and you're good. You're finished. You've done everything that you need to do. Oh my God, lists are actually amazing. Now I have to confess, I actually pulled a little sneaky on you there, okay? I put number 2 into number 1. That's not allowed. Tip number 2, breaks. Nobody can work forever. Nobody can just sit down and work and just keep working and working and working and working. It doesn't work that way. Everybody needs breaks to recharge. The trick is don't take a break with something distracting. Don't go on Twitter. Don't go on Instagram. Don't go on Tumblr. Don't do any of that because that is a rabbit hole you will fall down and you will never get back out of. You will sit at the bottom of that scrolled page, hundreds of posts down, and have no idea who you even are anymore. And that's not productive, let's be honest here. So take some breaks and nothing long, just a couple minutes, just to give your brain a little bit of a fresh start when you go back to your project. And I swear to God, you will have at least like 5 more minutes of energy to put into it, which is something. Tip number 3, everything is gonna be so much harder if you have no energy. Everything that you are and everything you have to give comes from what you give yourself first, because it all comes from you. And if you need energy, you're gonna have to eat things that give you energy. Chips and canned foods and chocolate and things like that. It's really, really good. I really like it, but it's really bad for you and it does not give you energy. And you don't have to go overboard. I'm not saying go fully vegan or vegetarian and just eat power meals. Just eat some whole foods. You can still have other snacks in there that maybe aren't as great, but make sure that you get some whole genuine foods in your system because it will give you so much more energy for actually getting things done and it'll make you feel better. And it's going to take some willpower to keep yourself under control with that, but that's an extremely valuable skill to learn. As long as you can stick to it, then having that confidence that you are able to do this thing will be absolutely great. And in conclusion, those are my 3 final tips. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? Bonus tip! Don't think about your death or the universe or the failing economy or the wild state of the planet. Don't think about your future. Don't think about any of that. Try to keep that all out of your mind and be in the moment. Take it one task at a time. If you're looking at a mountain, that's gonna be pretty hard to climb up. If you're looking at 10 steps, I mean, that's not so bad. That's manageable. Makes sense, right? In conclusion, productivity might seem impossible sometimes, but it's not as long as you know what steps to take. And even then, it's gonna be really difficult sometimes. There are things that you can do to try and make it a little bit easier. And if you can't do it, even then, don't be too hard on yourself. Just take a break. Just take a breather. Okay? There's always time. Yes, there's things you need to do. Yes, they're important, but there's always time for yourself, okay? There has to be. There absolutely has to be. I am completely unqualified to be telling you any of this, but I am self-diagnosed with woke, so trust me, I guess. It seems like a good plan if you ask me, because, my brain's like, Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos about as often as I can manage, because that's the best that we can hope for at this point in my life.